Hey everybody, it's Weather Anchor Mama from weatheranchormama.com. It's been a few days since I got back from Blogalicious, and boy did I have a good time in Atlanta. Now I did plan this trip less than 2 weeks. It was sort of like a last minute thing. And I just wanted to provide you with a recap of how the first day went. Of course, my flight left at around 10:45, but you know how kids are. Yeah, they provide you with a little something something. Took my 3-year-old forever. She had to have this and have to have that. You know how toddlers are. They like to whine about everything. So, needless to say, we were running a little late that morning. Plus, traffic. Yeah, I could have missed my flight. But luckily, I printed out my boarding pass prior to even leaving the house. So just note, guys, if you happen to be taking a flight, be sure to print that boarding pass and check in ahead of time because it'll save you a lot of time. Also, if you're traveling with an infant, just make sure they add it to the boarding pass. I tried to do that, but of course, they didn't do it. So it set me back just a little bit. I didn't have to wait online, so things did work out just fine, and I was able to make my flight. But the other little hiccup I had, remember I told you I wasn't going to do the stroller and the car seat and all of that? Best decision. But of course, had the carrier with me, so Baby Yo was literally strapped to me. Once I got on the plane, I was just like, oh my goodness, I got to use the bathroom, okay? Now, I had been running late, so there was no time to use it before I boarded the flight, and I didn't want to bother the guy next to me. I had a window seat, so I held it for like 2 hours. My goodness. And we were stuck on the tarmac. Yeah, that was my trip. But you want to know something? Baby O was a trooper. Didn't make a sound the entire time. People didn't even know I had a baby with me until I got off the plane. The ride to the hotel was, oh my gosh. I'm so glad I didn't take a car seat or a stroller, and here's why. Because it was my first time in Atlanta, first time taking the train in Atlanta. Those stairs and those escalators are so steep. If I had had any more than what I had, it would have been ridiculous. I just had my little luggage, you know, the ones that you pull. It was a small one. I didn't even have to check it. But they did take it just before I got on the plane. I think that's something new that they've been doing. But I had that. And I also had Baby O strapped to me and his diaper bag, the little one that I showed you before. Perfect. It was just so easy to maneuver, so easy to get from place to place. Once I got off the train, I was already at the hotel. So it was like everything one-stop shop. I also took a shuttle in between hotels because that's another thing I did. Because everything was booked up, I had to take or book 2 separate hotels. So one hotel had the conference, and the other hotel a few blocks away was where I was staying at the first night. Oh my goodness, it was just so difficult, but so easy. I know it's kind of like an oxymoron, but it just made sense. And that's because I didn't have a lot of luggage with me, and Baby O was pretty quiet the entire time. The only time he did kind of lose his mind is when he was ready for that diaper change. And let me tell you, the hotel was impeccable. Loved it, loved it, loved it. However, they didn't have a changing station at the bathroom closest to where the conference was being held. So I had to do like a makeshift changing station and change him on a countertop. It wasn't the countertop where the sinks are where you wash your hands, but it was a countertop where you'd probably get spruced up, makeup ready and whatnot. And I just had to kind of lay him there. And I made use of the paper towels, the blanket, and everything that I had, and was able to do it. And all in all, the experience was just phenomenal. Although the first day was a little on the slower side, it was more about getting acquainted, getting yourself checked in. I got to meet a lot of the bloggers that I had been following for years. Jen Bourget from Baby Making Mama, or babymakingmachine.com, excuse me. But she also goes by Baby Making Mama. And Vanessa Bell from De Su Mama, one of my favorites. And we just had a blast. We had time to kind of catch up, and our kids met, Jen and I. We finally had the boys meet. We've been talking about that for a long time. I took great pictures, which I'll be posting on my blog. And we just really, really got acquainted. I know they did have some speakers there that first day, and I did sit in, and I'm sorry, but it was just so difficult to pay attention because I was so excited. It was almost like I was starstruck. And these are just like regular people, guys, like you and me. And I was just so excited to meet them. But the takeaway for that day, that night, I would have to say, and what they were even talking about during the speeches, see, I did listen to some of it, was all about authenticity and just being yourself, being who you are. And I know it's cliche as it may sound, it's just right on the money. I come across so many people who try to be something they're not. They try to please everyone. But in my writing and in my blog itself, I just try to come across my own authentic way. I'm not trying to be anybody. I'm not trying to do anything special. I offer tips, and it's literally legit stuff that I go through and things that I want to kind of help people along with if they happen to be in that similar situation, whatever it may be, whether it's traveling with an infant or picking out some kind of baby gadget. So I thought that was important. And also just catching up and staying up with some of my friends that I've met along the way. It was just like, for me, that part was just priceless. And once the day was over, which was probably around 9 o'clock, because I had to get back to the hotel because I wanted to watch Scandal, you know, it was just all good. So that first day was a little bit more of a getting to know everybody. Everybody was great. And of course, just getting acquainted and kind of decompressing too. So I say thumbs up for that first day, and I'll be back. I don't know, I may do a video, or I may actually use my written, I may use written words to explain and express how the second day went. But I hope you enjoyed this little vlog of mine. Be sure to leave your comments. If you were at Blogalicious, let me know. I'll be sure to talk about some more of the sessions that I went through, and some of the speakers that I met and what I learned. So be sure to tune in again. Bye.